star, the gravitational forces of the entire mass overcoming the electromagnetic forces of individual atoms and so collapsing inwards, where the warping of space-time is so great that nothing can escape, not even light.
We've seen in movies that a black hole can suck everything into its limitless space. Though we don't know for a fact what lies within these dark entities, we know that once it pulls anything into its center, nothing comes back. So, what would happen if a supermassive black hole goes crazy? Before we go on and tell you what would happen, you first ought to understand what exactly a black hole is, its understanding of reality, and once in a while why it likes to go crazy. The black holes are invisible and limitless. A black hole is formed when a giant star dies and creates a supernova. This results in massive energy and pressure creation, which then forms a concentrated spot for matter to get squeezed into a tiny area. And when this happens, the gravitational field becomes so strong that all matter and even light gets sucked into its vortex. Now think about if light waves can't escape this phenomenon. Well, it's obvious that we won't be able to see it. This is why black holes are invisible. However, with advanced research and technological advancements in space, astronomers can now use special space telescopes to find black holes. Black holes come in many sizes, they can be massive or tiny. But what actually contributes to their mass? They feed on the gas and stars surrounding them to live. Though we have mentioned earlier that they are practically invisible, their gluttony can make them visible. Thanks to their accretion rings, black holes are visible through their rings of debris. This debris is the aftermath of their destruction. They rip apart galaxies, planets, dwarf stars, or anything in their path for that matter, much like water spinning down a drain. The debris around it starts to move quickly as it gets closer and builds up around the black hole as a result. Dust friction creates heat, which makes the accretion disk glow and marks the event horizon, or shadow of the black hole. Now you should know, however, that the event horizon not only identifies black holes, but also marks the line of a black hole's destruction. Nothing can escape the grasp of these ravenous behemoths, thus anything that crosses a black hole's horizon is gone forever. A fun fact, just in the Milky Way galaxy alone, there are over 400 million black holes. At the center of our home galaxy, there's a supermassive black hole over 4 million solar masses wide, which can fit over 1 million suns together. It was Einstein's theory of relativity that proved that there lies this mind-boggling entity at the center of every galaxy, whether they are big or small. Scientists don't entirely understand how one originates, but they have discovered evidence that each giant galaxy has a supermassive black hole at its center. In our galaxy, there is a Sagittarius A, which is located at the galactic core of the Milky Way. Its mass is comparable to around 4 million suns and could accommodate a few million Earths. And the fact is that these supermassive black holes can continue to expand to billions of times the size of the sun. However, you should know that black holes can only live as long as they feed. Also, their longevity depends strongly on their mass. The larger the black hole gets, the slower it cheats its death by evaporating. However, as the material in the accretion disk that surrounds the black hole runs out, well, it will be doomsday for it, and the clock for its death will start ticking. A black hole slowly evaporates as it loses mass, and as it does so, particles begin to escape at an increasing pace until all of the energy is released at once. They are no doubt the most mysterious and destructive forces in our universe. But wait, we're here to tell you, what if this monstrous galactic entity started to go crazy? What would happen then? Well, one did go crazy once upon a time. Nearly 400 light-years away from Earth, astronomers found the traces of a supermassive black hole explosion in 2016. These traces were so evident that it led to the creation of a cosmic crater which could have fit 15 Milky Way galaxies. The impact was massive as the effects of this explosion tore across space. The Ophiuchus galaxy cluster, which was close to the Milky Way galaxy, was destroyed by this one explosion. Also, it didn't take just a fraction of a second like the Big Bang explosion did, but instead it raged for more than 100 million years. But what triggered this phenomenon? Black holes can go crazy, especially if their masses get bigger than usual. When materials enter the black hole, they get condensed into a ball that sort of resembles a microscopic entity. As more and more of these materials condense to form balls inside, their gravitational fields shift and collapse, i.e., they explode. This happens because it tries to resist compression. Now, we have mentioned that in every galaxy there is one supermassive black hole at the center, and it is actually expanding to a size that is so big that it can even hold billions of our suns. Can this supermassive black hole go crazy? Well, like all supermassive black holes, the one in our backyard is also a ticking time bomb. For the black hole to produce an explosion bigger than the one that destroyed the other cluster, the same one scientists found traces of in 2016, it would need to consume more than 300 million solar masses of gas. Additionally, the amount of gas it displaces would be equivalent to several trillion suns. The collapse of this supermassive black hole would definitely shatter and rip galaxies apart. And let's not forget that it would also obliterate worlds. This explosion would definitely be felt in the entire universe, and the explosion might go on for hundreds of millions of years, depending on how much gas the black hole has consumed. However, unfortunately for our planet Earth, we would also be directly in the path of this big massive explosion. Why? Well, considering its location in the Milky Way galaxy, the impact of Sagittarius A's explosion would streamline right down to our solar system. The nearest black hole, the HR 6819, would also collide due to the impact, making it burst or explode. This would also add to the destruction, though it would take more than 1,000 years for these gamma rays to reach our planet. Therefore, even though we would notice a few hundred additional brilliant spots in the sky, it would take a millennium for our planet to experience any repercussions. If we're still here, that is. Large portions of the universe would remain after this cataclysmic catastrophe, but not the entire cosmos. However, the same debris from the explosion would be used to make the seeds for new life. These particles may develop into new stars, galaxies, or perhaps life over the course of hundreds of billions of years. Lethal radiation levels and very hot particles would be released from the black hole and strike our planet. The ozone layer would be destroyed within months once the X-ray and gamma-ray photons arrived on Earth. How long would it take for the radiation to cook the planet if this shield were to be removed? On Earth, time near the edge of the black hole would appear to last billions of years, and near the border of the singularity, an object would seem to hover there endlessly. But don't forget that black holes will one day die. These mind-boggling voids won't disappear into the darkness easily when they do either. In the dying seconds of each black hole, a burst of fireworks will light up the cosmos, signaling the end of an era. However, just know that scientists today can now understand how quickly a black hole feeds by figuring out its mass and measuring the radiation that it generates. These findings will help us predict when some black holes go through their largest growth spurts. This information will help us find a new home, if there is one in the infinite cosmos out there, and if we're ready with a supersonic spaceship for all of us to fit in. Till then, we just have to patiently wait and hope the supermassive black holes don't go crazy. So let us know your thoughts on the video in the comment section below, subscribe to our channel for more content like this, press that bell icon to never miss an upcoming update, and thank you for watching.